everybody, this is Spy from Inspired. I want to share to you my thoughts about the reason why I started fostering and up to now still fostering rescues. I started fostering last October 2018, and it all started from rescuing a dog from dogs from City Pound. And from there, I started to love the volunteering. And only during that time and that year that I found out that the dogs in our city, after being impounded, if not being adopted, they will be euthanized through gunshot. And why is it so? Because it is within the law. I know that this kind of law really sucks because it's very unfair to the dogs. And not only those dogs were impounded, some of them were also being surrendered by their pet owners. And I just don't really get it and don't understand why does the owners want to surrender their pets to City Pound, which they know already that the dog will be killed. So meaning to say, they're just saving their asses not to kill their own pets. So they just surrendered it to City Pound and have them killed if not being adopted. We all know this has been going on for so many years, and since I started having a dog back here in the Philippines, I didn't even know that the City Pound was already been doing this, and a lot of owners already had surrendered their dogs to this facility. I know it is really sad, and we all know that it's still up to now still happening. And recently I just saw a post from Back Project, and they were able to rescue some dogs, if I'm not mistaken, from City Pound that has been impounded. Also, some have been surrendered by the owners. And there are still people out there that has a really kind heart to give them a temporary home until they get adopted. Kudos to you guys, and thank you for saving these dogs. But we know also that this is an endless battle. Meaning to say, when dogs being removed from City Pound, there will be another dog that's going to be impounded and surrendered. So what can we do about this? As an animal lover and an animal rescuer and a fosterer, not only that, but also an animal advocate, what we can do is we can keep on posting in social media and just raise the awareness that this is really going on in our city, and not only in our city here in Bacolod, but all over the Philippines. We all know that, and as you can, why I just don't get it. That why is it that our city government cannot impose or cannot even find a better way solution, that when these dogs are being impounded and being surrendered, what can we do for them? What we can do for them is just to easily rehabilitate these dogs and find an adopter. We can, as an animal advocate, I know we have so many animal advocates here in the city, animal rescuers as well, freelance animal rescuers that we just don't hear about them because they don't really put it in social media. They just do it on their own because that's their advocacy, just like me and the rest of the animal rescuers. The government can really find a solution for this if they really want to. First thing they can do is they can start reaching out to the animal advocates and to the NGOs that already had experience of dealing this kind of situation, rescuing dogs, rehabilitating dogs, fostering dogs, and have them adopted, those kind of things. They can reach out to the NGOs and any of the animal rescuers, especially the ones that are really active about it. We can help you. We can help set a program or a plan for these dogs, and not only rehabilitating dogs. The government also should impose this Animal Cruelty Act, to penalize the owners that neglected their pets, surrendered their pets to City Pound, and etc., and they hurt their dogs, and you name it. We always see it in social media. There are so many voiceless animals and helpless animals that has been abused, being hurt, being buried alive, and this horrific things has been going on. And it makes me really, really furious and sad and so angry about it, that when I see this in social media popping up in my timeline, I refuse to watch those kind of videos. I even refuse to see those pictures, because it's, you know, I can't do anything. I'm so helpless by watching those pictures and those videos. I mean, just like this dog that I have at the, beside me. Her name is Chloe. I rescued her walking along the highway of Circumferential Road, and I just started feeding her, and then every day at the same time, same place, or same area, she always goes back there and hoping that I'm coming back for her to feed her, to give her a meal. But the reason that I started to rescue her is because I get so worried about her. Even at night, even at 6 to 6:30 in the evening, she's still strolling along the side of the road and crossing literally the road. And she's a black dog, and we all know that because it's a highway, a lot of people is driving so furiously fast. So I know I already have so many fosters with me, but for this kind of situation, I just cannot turn a blind eye for this old soul, because she's already old. What I can do for her is to give her the remaining years of her life, at least the best quality that I can give her. Most of my rescues and most of the dogs that I have been rehabilitated since 2018, all of them or most of them had already been adopted. Some of them died from a natural cause, which we can't help it, because I've always asked my veterinary doctor from my MVP, Dr. Joji Merano, Dr. Julianne Merano. I asked her what's the cause of the dog to suddenly died, and she told me that it could be also there's already a pre-existing condition, health condition that we don't know about it, and it just, you know, and then it's too late to save those dogs. It makes me sad that some of my foster dogs and rescue dogs died, but that doesn't stop me of continuing to foster and to rescue dogs when I see dog that is really needed to be rescued. And I can tell you guys, this first, second, third, and fourth batch of my rescues and foster dogs, they had been adopted. And from 2018, I only have 2 original foster dogs that is left with me, and that is Athena and Clarissa. And Duke is also rescued, I think 2019, and Caramel, and one of their sibling also was already been adopted. So basically, I only have 4 original dogs that is still with me, and most of the batch together with them had already been adopted. And the dogs that I have with me right now, they are the recent one before the ECQ and after the ECQ. So basically, I don't have that much dog anymore if I hadn't rescued the recent one. But again, I still have puppies for adoption, and I still have some younger puppies for adoption, and I am looking forward to a family that is going to message me and reach out to me and open up their home to at least give these dogs a chance to be loved by you, by your family, and give them a chance to be a family member together with your breed dog. And let us not discriminate the mixed breed, the Aspin, and as to my knowledge, dogs are all the same. It doesn't matter if it's a breed, mixed breed, or just purely Asong Pinoy, as our own dogs here in the Philippines. I know a lot of people love to buy breed dogs because they're more intelligent, they're more wiser, they're more, you know, they've been bred for their specific breed through their intelligence and the function of within their family. But let us not also forget that the Asong Pinoy is as sweet as the breed dogs. They can coexist together with your with your pets already. So please, again guys, I urge you to open up your home, to be the heroes of these rescues that we already have, and some of the dogs that still still needed to be rescued. And we are also needing, and we also urge you to be one of the fosterer of any of the NGOs here in our city, or any of the freelance animal rescuer that's also been needing some fosterer, mom or dad, however you call it. So by doing this, by helping each other, we can achieve this, and we can slowly give awareness and send out the message to our community that we can do this together. I mean, if we don't act right now, what is going to happen to all these dogs? I mean, the government should and must provide a spay and neuter surgery program for the ones that has an Asong Pinoy pets in their household. Because I know most of these fellow citizens and our fellow Bacolodnon cannot provide, or doesn't want to spend a single dime for the Kapon surgery, because they always think it's already expensive. But for you guys, I just want to tell you, there are vet and there are doctor here, a freelance doctor, who is willing to give their services for a low-cost spay and neuter surgery, aka Kapon. All you need to do is just to reach out to us, and we can hook you up to this particular veterinary doctor that can give you a low-cost surgery. What you can do for us, I mean, what we can do for our homeless animals here in our city is to help them out and provide this Kapon so that they don't multiply anymore. We all know, and I don't know if some of you knows that the female dog can get pregnant twice in a year. If it's a young mama dog, they can get pregnant twice in a year. So just imagine that 3 times in a year or 2 times in a year, if they gave birth 5 to 6 pups, and times how many? 3, and times how many mama dogs, how many female dogs, that's the equivalent of the homeless strays are going to roam around in our city. So why not help them out, provide them a local spay and neuter surgery fee, so that we can stop this overpopulation of our strays in our city. And we can also provide a program to educate the owners of the Asong Pinoy, or the mixed breed, or the one that has breed, if they want to know more about this kind of this information, we can always provide this kind of program and this kind of awareness and set up in your certain barangays. And we can always find way to contact a certain barangay captain or a counselor, or whoever it is that that can help us. We can always help this. By doing this, we can stop the overpopulation of the strays in our city. And I want to add up also, I lived in Holland, the Netherlands, for 6 years. In my lifetime there, staying there for living there for 6 years, I haven't seen a single stray roaming around in that country. Why? Because they have a very strong implementation of government rules about the animals, and you cannot have pets in your household if you cannot walk your dog properly. So it's really been mandated in that country. And the nice thing about it, the Dutch people themselves is they know already what to do, and they know already what kind of breed they want to have, and they always base it where the kind of house they're living, if they're living in an apartment, or if they have a backyard, or they're living alone or with a family or children. So they always base it how they live. So the thing here in our country, whenever you want to get a dog, you can always get a dog. But then not knowing and not even realizing that if you have a small space, where are you going to put the dog? So they always end up in a cage. Because most of us here, or most of you out there, they treat their dog as just a dog. So I can't say it's like, I cannot say if it's a 70% house pets, pet owners are treating their dogs as just like their children. I don't think so. So I can only probably count it through my fingers. But anyway, that's your prerogative, guys. I mean, I'm not judging you of anything. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm only here to raise an awareness that when you get a dog, that when you get a pet, or even a cat, or whatever it is, make sure that you are committed to take care of them 24/7 if it's really necessary. Provide them a good shelter, a good nutrition. Always update their vaccination, because it's really important that your dog will not get sick. Remember, guys, whenever your dog gets sick, it is much more expensive to pay to their vettings bills compared to have them vaccinated, update their vaccines every year. So if you don't want to end up paying so much for the hospitalization of your dog, hospitalization or the vettings of your dog, so what you can do is provide them an updated vaccines. It's the only way to help out your dog, to prevent your dog from getting sick, and also to prevent you for spending so much money just for their medications and checkup. So I'm just here to raise an awareness to you guys that we can do better. We can be a better human to the animals. We can coexist with the homeless strays without hurting them, without abandoning them, without ignoring them. We can coexist together. And what you can do also, you can also provide an empty bowl, like an ice cream container bowl, whatever it is. You can always provide. Just put water outside your house, or you can put your leftover food outside. Whenever there is a stray passing by, they can always grab that food. And from doing that, we are not only preventing the dog to scavenge in the trash bin or garbage bin, we are also teaching this dog not to do it anymore, because the neighborhood and the community is providing them some food. The dogs doesn't really eat that much. They only eat a few, 1 cup rice, whatever it is, or a mixed food, whatever it is. However you want to prepare the food for them, that's all up to you. Let's make a difference to the lives of these animals. Let's make a great impact to their lives. And when you see a dog that really needed a rescue, secure them right away and bring them right away to the vet. And inform the vet that you rescued this dog, and I'm sure they're going to give you a discount for a certain fee for the dogs that you already rescued. So be a kind-hearted human being. Let's coexist with the homeless strays, because they needed us. So let us not abandon them. And if you have a car, whenever you see a dog scavenging in a garbage bin or whatever, you can always put dog food in your car, canned sardines, mix it with canned sardines, and you can give it to the dog, because that's what I've been doing. I always have dog food in my car. I've always have canned sardines in my car, and I give it to these dogs. I feed random dogs. I don't only, aside from I'm feeding a regular strays that I always feed somewhere in circumferential, I also feed whenever I see a dog that is walking around looking for food. I stop or chase a dog with my car, and then I give them food. So by doing this, we are giving them a chance to live longer, and we're teaching the dog not to be aggressive to human beings, because I don't believe that the dog is born aggressively. aggressiveness and their aggression can only be developed when they are being treated badly from us. So there's no such thing that dogs are being born as aggressive. So it's that all comes to us. If when we treat them well, the dog will treat us well as well. When we give him a chance to love, the dog will give you a love in return unconditionally. So that's all I can say to you, and that's all I can share to you. And just to give awareness to our homeless stray. Again guys, spay and neuter is the best solution to stop the overpopulation. Provide a complete vaccination for your pet, for you to prevent spending so much for the vaccines for your pets if ever they get sick. And raise awareness and advocate to your friends and family that has already a dog, and if they don't have a plan of having the female pets of their own, to have them pregnant, at least tell them to have them kapon. Ligate for sa babae and kapon sa lalaki, but in other words, spay and neuter, aka kapon. So please, I hope this small video that I made for you, and small tips and message can make a difference and can give an impact to anyone that you know that doesn't know about anything about this spay and neuter, and about the city-bound, the killing dogs, euthanasia by gunshot, impounded dogs, surrendered dogs by the owners being neglected and being abandoned. So this is always happening in our city, not only in our city but all over the Philippines. These are mom and daughter dogs that I rescued from Valley of Peace. I was feeding them for a month already, and then I decided to rescue them. So they're also open for adoption. Most except for the 4 fosters of mine are not for adoption. That the rest of my new recent rescues are for adoption. So please reach out to me. I will bring the dog directly to your house, and I can give you the tips and suggestion how to take care of these dogs, and I can tell you the story how I rescued them and why I rescued them. And especially this little girl, this is Caramel. I rescued her from an empty lot beside Mandalagan Vet together with 2 other siblings, and she was very fearful with human touch. And I was with Shara when we rescued them together with Duke and Bruno, and I was really literally crawling under it's like a makeshift shaft. So I was really crawling under just to get them out from it. So now I'm happy that the transformation they became, and I'm so really happy about it. So that's why fostering literally can save lives. So I urge you guys to at least foster any of the rescues, that when you see it in your social media, contact the rescuer and extend your care and your kindness to these animals. So thank you guys, I hope. And I'm also selling custom-made inspired fabric mask. I post it in my timeline. You can check out the design and PM me. I can deliver it to you anywhere here in Bacolod. It's 120, and the proceeds goes directly to the vetting bills for my fosters and rescues, and also for the spay and neuter for the ones that doesn't have a spay and neuter yet, because I'm still waiting for the right age for them, especially the puppies, and also for the vaccinations and deworming as well. So by purchasing any of my inspired fabric mask, you are already a heroes for my rescue, and you are already helping us and giving them a better future. So thank you guys, and stay tuned for more tips that I can share to you. So for now, God bless you, and let's stay safe and wear the mask. Bye.